All right, so today we're taking a look at Atomic Samurai, and I know this is going to be a really controversial one because he's a super polarizing character, even more so than Metal Bat probably. And so I made a poll on Twitter. I just want to see what like a relatively small sample size thought about Atomic, and surprisingly, they had the same opinion I do, and that's he's more or less like middle of the pack S class level. He's definitely not at the bottom, but he's definitely not at the top either. And, as we go through this video, I think you'll begin to see why I think this. And just let me also put it out there that, like, I don't dislike Atomic Samurai. I think he's a cool character. He's refreshing and he brings his own individuality to the series. So I don't have like any disdain for him or any kind of bias against him. I'm just being honest with what we're going to be looking at here. So first, let's start off by looking at like his strength or power, just overall like offensive capabilities, I suppose. So he has like the Atomic Slash. That's like his bread and butter. One of the strongest techniques moves in the series, in my opinion, and that's really the main saving grace of Atomic Samurai here. I mean, obviously, like it's his thing. So we see that he can, in his first battle, like dice up a dragon level in Melzergard with this. So, he's a dragon, so it's impressive regardless. But then, like if we go back, we see that like E-Iron is able to do like his own kind of like Atomic Slash to Melzergard as well. So it's like Melzergard, while being a dragon, it doesn't have the highest durability. It's maybe even durability is like his weakest attribute. It's because he doesn't really care. He doesn't need a high durability. He has super regeneration and malleability. So like if an A-class hero like E-Iron, who is, let's be real, the true number one A-class hero, can do this, and then we see like Atomic Samurai takes it to the next level with the Atomic Slash. It's like, yeah, we see that there is a clear difference in power between the two, but it's also not cementing that like Atomic is an exceptionally powerful S-class hero or anything. But that brings us to the next comparison between E-Iron and Atomic Samurai with Rhino Wrestler, because Rhino Wrestler is not a dragon like Melzergard. He's a demon, maybe like mid-demon, somewhere around there. But we see that like when he's going against E-Iron, he's pushing him really hard, and like E-Iron's not able to break his horn or really do anything of merit against Rhino Wrestler here. Now, also at the time, Rhino Wrestler came up with like his own power scale. I also made an entire video dedicated to this subject in case you were curious about it. But anyway, he rates E-Iron at like 69, like level of power, which is nice, of course. But when we come to Atomic Samurai, we see that like he just gets Atomic Slash with the quickness. Like it happens so fast that Murata doesn't even illustrate a panel to denote his movement. It kind of just happens, and then we kind of perceive it the way that Rhino Wrestler does. Like it's like in a blink of an eye, it's just over. Further showing how fast he is, but showing that like the difference in his ability to cut from the iron, because he was struggling even to just, compete with his horn, and we see Atomic Samurai is dicing him up. And also, Rhino Wrestler rates the Atomic Slash as 100 compared to E-Iron's nice 69. So it's like, does that mean that Atomic Samurai is literally 31 points stronger than E-Iron, or Rhino Wrestler's level or power level thing here caps out at 100, and Atomic Samurai simply reached the cap? Remains to be seen. But also, if we just backtrack a little bit, we'll see that like Mizuki, Captain Mizuki, who's a B-class hero, she was rated 30 by Rhino Wrestler. So then we see like the gap between her and E-Iron, which is, like 39 points, which is a similar gap between him and Atomic Samurai. So that just further proves that like Atomic Samurai definitely S-class level. But unfortunately, this is where things start going down for Atomic Samurai, because while, he is dicing up Melzergard and Rhino Wrestler here in impressive fashion, he is unable to get the job done against G5. While he delivers the Atomic Slash to G5, after having, somewhat of like a low difficult fight against him, further showing how impressive he is, because I also think that G5 is like, maybe a high demon, but he's not cutting him here. He's like, a lot of G5 survives this Atomic Slash on the exterior, but then when we go to his true interior form, it's unharmed completely. So this might be showing us like how powerful just the base level Atomic Slash is. Because if this is unable to cut a high demon like G5, think about like, what if Atomic Samurai were to go against a rather powerful dragon, like a mid dragon or a high dragon, maybe somebody like Koketsu, for example, because like we saw that Goketsu had crazy durability. He stood in front of Suiryu, no guard at all, and took his like powerful shots to his face, and it did nothing to him. So, like, do you think that G5 could do that to Suiryu? Like, could G5 just stand in front of him, take his best shots, and it wouldn't affect him at all? I don't think so. I think Suiryu would probably wreck G5 if he tried that. So, it's like, would the Atomic Slash have any effect against somebody like Goketsu, or maybe one of his contemporaries, possibly, if we're comparing it back to him not being able to take out G5 here? Hey, these are the difficult questions, and somebody's got to ask them, okay? And also, going further, it's like Genos, Daedric Genos, who is currently at an ambiguous level of power, just stomped on G5. Like, basically one-shot him, one-stomped him, with like a boosted stomp thing move. So does that mean that that boosted stomp is stronger than the Atomic Slash? I mean, I'm not going to say that outright, but, just compare it to him being able to take him out and the Atomic Slash not. Now, granted, he did have the shell exterior to him, but it's like, how powerful is it? He's just a demon. He's not a dragon. But there is a saving grace for Atomic Samurai here, of course, and we'll go to the focused Atomic Slash, which is strong enough to vaporize and or turn Black S to dust, which is already one of the most impressive feats into the series, in my opinion at least. And I think that if he were to use the focused Atomic Slash on G5, he definitely would have killed him. I mean, it would have been smaller, and it would have probably just vaporized, the upper part of his torso, but that would have been enough to finish him. But, he didn't do it against him. But it is significant that he has this ability, of course, but it's not like automatically guaranteeing victory for him either, because after he, showed that he could do this to Black S and have success, he still went on to basically lose anyway. So it's like, while he does have this, it's still not helping him as much as you'd think. So now let's go to his durability, and I'll say that he has pretty good durability, like surprising, actually. Like, it's definitely S-Class level. It's right where, we've been kind of putting Atomic Samurai all along, because we see him taking a beating from Black S. And in my How Powerful is Black S video, I estimated that, like, when he's in this form where he's, like, multiplied and he's ganging up on you and hitting you, I think, like, individually one of those Black S's is probably, like, demon level in strength. So, like, just, like, imagine, like, if this was, like, Genos or Puri or Tank Top Master or Metal Bat getting beat up by Black S here, they'd probably take a similar beating and be able to continue just as well as Atomic did. Or, so, I mean, at least I think so. Like, even compare, like, this panel of Atomic taking Black S's shots here to Metal Bat taking the shots of, like, Senior Centipede and Rafflesidon to, like, maybe mid or low demons. It's, it's comparable. So I feel like Atomic is pretty impressive here in endurance as well, because he continues. And to go even further, like, when Black S, like, gets into, like, his complete form and he becomes huge, he's basically, like, dragon level in strength here, I suppose. And Atomic is even taking this and being able to continue. I mean, it's hurting him, of course, but still, the fact that he continue is impressive for Atomic here. All right, so now let's get into his most important attribute, and that is how fast is he? So, just like with many other characters, it's hard to definitively say exactly how fast he is, but he's definitely one of the fastest S-Class heroes. So, a way that we can, like, quantify this the best, I think, is starting with his feat over Haragiri. So, Haragiri in his human form was a part of the Council of Swordsmen, so he was, like, one of the best swordsmen in the world, I guess, respected by the peers, so maybe he was S-Class level. He even says that, like, before he became a monster, he was the draw of his sword was faster than the speed of sound, and now that he has become a monster after eating monster cells, it's even faster. So that's like, okay, so he's able to draw way faster than the speed of sound, so that's super impressive. And when he goes against Atomic Samurai, it's like not even competitive at all. Like, he gets the first draw on him, comes close to Atomic Samurai, and then still gets Atomic Slash. So that's like, all right, Atomic Samurai, way faster than the speed of sound. And then Haragiri's probably like a demon here in power. If he was a dragon, I think they would have said it. They just wouldn't throw away a dragon this casually. But regardless, that's showing you that, okay, so that's crazy speed from Atomic Samurai. And also, the data book says that he can slash 100 times in a second. So is that what the Atomic Slash is, possibly? And thankfully, we also can compare him to Sonic. So I pretty much established at this point on my channel that in order to get, like, certified dragon level speed, you pretty much need to be faster than Sonic. And what do you know, Atomic Samurai passes this test because in the third audiobook, Sonic basically, like, dresses up as Saitama and goes to the Hero Association and meets Atomic Samurai there by chance, and they get into a scuffle. And Sonic winds up drawing first on Atomic Samurai, similar to how Haragiri was. and Atomic Samurai is able to block it. Despite him getting the first draw, which is obviously crazy impressive. This is Sonic here, and then Sonic says himself that like, wow, that was fast. I didn't even see him draw his sword. This guy, he's no joke. So does that mean that like definitively Atomic Samurai is faster than Sonic? You can't say for sure, but in my heart, I feel like Atomic Samurai is probably faster than Sonic, at least, striking wise, like attack wise, not like in a race, of course. So passing the dragon level speed test here. If it was ever like up for question before this, us seeing him do the Atomic Slash to monsters and stuff. So that being said, I think this puts Atomic Samurai into like the elite tier of speed in the S-Class quite easily. It's like, I guess the fastest S-Class heroes would be Blast, probably, Flashy Flash, Silver Fang, and then him. I think that's like the top 4 right there. And then maybe Drive Knight could be in there for the top 5. But regardless, I think Atomic Samurai is, top 5, top 3, somewhere around there in the fastest in the S-Class, which is obviously super impressive. But overall, strongest. We're going back to him being just right in the middle of the pack there. He hasn't really shown me anything that's proving that he's elite like the others have. So that's all I have for Atomic for now. Maybe mid-dragon because of the Atomic Slash, giving him that much significance, combined with his other, pretty impressive traits. So now to finish this video off, I want to go into webcomic spoilers. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen past what the manga is currently on, I suggest you check out now. So now that we're into webcomic events, I just want to point out the major weakness of Atomic Samurai, which is also holding him back in a big way from being as strong as some people really make him out to be, and that is his dependence on his sword. Once he loses the sword, he is completely useless, unfortunately. He literally does nothing. This is actually even pointed out by Awakened Garo, like where he chastises him for not being able to defend himself without a sword or protect his, his disciples. So it's like, yeah, maybe he'll fix this in the future, but as of right now, he's a major glass cannon because of this. And speaking of Awakened Garo, we'll take one last look at Atomic Speed here. So when he does encounter Awakened Garo, he does the Atomic Slash, but it proves that he's nowhere near Awakened Garo's level of speed, because like after he completes the movement, he's not even aware until after the fact that Awakened Garo had caught his blade, snapped it, and then did some kind of technique that wrecked him. Like, we don't get to see what he does to Atomic Samurai here, but this sequence just proves right here that like we established earlier, he's clearly dragon level speed, probably faster than Sonic, one of the strongest S-Class, one of the fastest S-Class heroes, but nowhere near the Awakened Garo's, above dragon level speed, which is proven to be faster than even Flashy Flash. So those are pretty much the finishing touches that I wanted to put on this. Atomic, strong, but, not among the strongest. But maybe in the future of the story, we'll see what happens. But let me know what you think about him in the comments. Do you think I got it right? Do you think I got it wrong? Let me know what you think. But if you liked the video, if it entertained you, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon. It gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.